piece of me, boy. Go, go, go. Yeah. Outstanding. Rock and roll.
Hello and welcome to the next match of Rhett against Estro. We see here the map is destination. We have Rhett in the top spot as Zerg. And down at the bottom we have KT.MGW Grape as Protoss. And you know that last match did not go that well. It was kind of laggy. Thanks to everyone who helped me out on how to figure out how to make an unlaggy stream. That's what we will be doing in the future. And, you know, Rhett had a very hard time. He played against, if I recall correctly, Quada, Sam, and, you know, quite a good Zerg player from Estro, even though one of the worst Zergs on the team, still very good, and especially the 2-hatcher Muta, which foreigners are just not good against. You know, Rhett has great TVZ, but he's more used to foreigners who can't really micro-mutas correctly, so, you know, props to him for trying, but they were kind of gross games. I'm definitely hoping to see a better game here. This is the worst Estro member that lives in the Estro house. You know, there are a few online members and everything, but this guy, he is the lowest ranked Protoss. There's the Panda Bear guy, and the probe goes right past. And you know, he's just got picked up in the new draft. So, pretty new to pro gaming, really. That draft was in March, if I recall correctly. You probably saw the footage that I took of it and saw him get picked. He was one of the only 2 people picked up as draftees with IF Classic. So, you know, he's obviously pretty good, but we'll have to see if Rhett has what it takes to take him down. I think he definitely does. Rhett is a great player. And he really knows what he's doing. As far as foreigners go, I think that Rhett is, you know, basically one of the best foreigners there have ever been. Great understanding of the game overall, and he is really practicing quite hard. And you know, let me tell a little bit about Grape now. Grape, he's actually really tall, but he's the youngest player in the team. He is only about 17 years old, and you know, there's a little nickname for him around the house, Laundry Toss, because he is so good at doing the laundry. You know, B-teamers always have chores to do, and you know, I can barely get my clothes clean anymore because he always has something in that washing machine. I tell you, it's kind of frustrating, to be honest. And we see he's harassing Rhett's drones here. A little bit annoying for Rhett. You know, he hates this type of thing, actually. Rhett really just wants to power and play a standard straight-up game. You know, he's kind of like Idris style, but with Zerg. If you can believe that, you know, he really likes that style. And look at this. This is actually a pretty quick gas before his 3rd hatchery. And it looks like he's going to go drone scout a little bit. Oh, no, he's going to go over here and just take an expansion. All right, and we see that, ooh, very nice play by Grape. He has thrown up a gateway before any cannons in the forge, actually after the gateway. So he is just pushing every little thing as far as he can to gain any edge that he can get. And with Rhett's late pool, that's a good choice. And, you know, Rhett always likes to do kind of a late pool, if possible, and that just helps him to get more drones. You know, he's a very economical player, and that's just kind of the way his style is. You know, sometimes he loses matches because of that, because people realize, you know what, this guy, he is such an economical mid to late game player that what I should do is bunker rush him. And if you want to beat Rhett, that's the way to do it. Anyone who watched the DreamHack games knows that A2 knew this very well. He did very tricky builds, very cheesy builds to try to trick Rhett up and abuse his lack of early defensive units. You know, the Othello game especially was like that, where he just kind of did this really weird timing rush, and Rhett just did not have the sunkins. He also did a couple proxy raxes out on Coliseum after walling in, so really tricky play by A2, and that's kind of the way to beat Rhett if you are a foreigner. And a very well placed cannon. You cannot even hit the edge of that forge with one Zergling, and that was smart of Rhett to even try, really. And we see the Zealots just kind of popping out. Gas is going for Grape, and it looks like they both have pretty strong openings here. I'm really impressed with Grape's opening. You know, I guess he is a pro gamer. He does live in the pro house, so his build order should be great, and it is great. He's really, you know, getting as much as he can, as quickly as he can, with as little defense as he can. One Zealot and one cannon. I mean, if Rhett had a bunch of Zerglings, he could obviously come in here and kill this very, very quickly. But Rhett is a very economical player. We see he's going straight up to 3 hatch. And what are we going to see from Rhett here? You know, I'm not completely sure, but I would not be surprised if we saw 3 hatch Scourge into 4 hatch Hydra. And he does throw up a quick Spire right there, right after the layer's finished. So, one second, let me take off those messages. Thanks for whoever told me how to do that. That's very useful. And anyways, as I was saying, you know, that the 3 hatch Scourge into 4 hatch Hydra, you know, it's kind of an old build. It's a little bit unused nowadays, but you know, it's still a very strong build. It helps you to gain some sort of map control against any shuttles and, of course, Corsairs that come out. So, you know, Rhett, he may be very good at this build. It's a good build for this map because, you know, you already have your 3rd hatchery here. You can set up a very easily defensible position with Sunkens behind it, maybe Evolution Chambers, maybe another hatchery, and then you just throw another hatchery back here into the 4th base. And, well, you know, it just makes it a pretty good map for that. And it looks like I missed a little tiny battle here. Some Zerglings dying, and the Dragoon is definitely gone. Looks like the Zealots may be gone as well. And Grape looks like he's going to get harassed a little bit. The Zerglings just picking off on the Geyser a little bit, annoying him. And Grape actually does not have any units now. We see he's going for Corsair DT. Here is his Corsair. And another one in Rhett's base. But the Spire finishes up, and we should be seeing some Scourge popping out pretty quick. Here is a 4th hatchery, and here's a 5th hatchery. So Rhett is really getting ready. Yeah, there we go. He's actually going to go right up to 5 hatchery Hydra. And look at that. Ooh, very nice. So he's going to have 6 hatches. And, you know, he's going to be able to pump out a ton of drones for a moment here while he tries to retain map control with Scourge. And then just get a ton of Hydra. And this extra base really makes the strategy all the better. And, you know, the fact that he can get 3 gas right now is really nice because then he can do one of those quick muta switches to take out all of the High Templars, and then his Hydralisk Horde is just going to be almost unstoppable. Now we see Grape is walking up the map with these 4 Zealots, but Rhett's placement here is beautiful. We see the Evolution Chamber here, the hatchery, eggs in the middle here, and the 1 sunken colony. And this is just great. You know, it's hard to get Zealots through. There's really no way to do a lot of damage up here to this expansion without losing these Zealots. And we see that Grape is going to have to pull away immediately. He has just 3 Zealots left, and Rhett microing properly. Very easy. Going to be able to hold this off, getting plenty of Zerglings. In fact, these Zealots look like they are going to be killed. I don't think they're going to be able to get any damage done, and they kill the Ragnasaur for whatever reason. I think he has other things he should be doing with that APM, and another Zealot goes down. So Rhett right now in a very good position. He's got a lot of hatcheries up right now. Good drone saturation right here. Good drone saturation right there. And we got decent saturation over here. This base just about to start up. So I expect to see Rhett pop out probably just a few more drones and switch right over. And look at this. DT's trying to get in, and they just run right past. Oh my god. Okay, there is an Overlord in the main base. But, you know, these DTs, they do one-shot drones, and it looks like they are going to kill these Zerglings and some drones as well. Already 5 kills, 6 kills on these 2 DTs. And this is a very important part of the game. Rhett has to run these drones away. But it looks like he's going to attack DTs with them. Wow, but these DTs are damaged quite a bit. Luckily, there is an Overlord here, so the Zerglings are going to clean up the rest of this DT. But these DTs, you know, they did get a decent amount of kills. Still, I think that we have to give Rhett the edge in this situation. You know, look at this. He's droning up this 4th base. He's got so many hatcheries. Oh, Overlord's speed has just finished up. Grape has not started another base, and uh-oh. Well, Grape is in trouble now. We see that he's morphing 2 Archons, and you know what? A couple Archons are not going to be good against, you know, 6 hatchery Hydra, which is what Rhett is about to go into. He really kind of needed High Templars more, you know, maybe 1 Archon to help hold off any Zerglings that come, but High Templars are going to be exactly what he needs to try to break out of here. And he's just not going to have them. I think Rhett's just going to pop out a ton of Hydras. He may not even need to do the Muta switch, which is used to kill off High Templars so that the Hydras basically don't get owned. But, you know, with these 2 Archons, I think that Rhett is going to be just fine. And let me D&D real quick. And, yeah, so we see that he is trying to bust out with just a couple Archons. Rhett with just a Zerglings down here. I don't know what Grape's plan is here. You know, strategically speaking, this looks kind of weak. It looks like he's just trying to maybe force Rhett into making some Hydras, but Rhett has already started this. He's already pumping a ton of Hydralisks, and to tell you the truth, I cannot see Rhett losing from here. He looks like he is in great shape right now, and Grape is just kind of massing up off a 2 base. And look at this, just throwing down this Nexus, no cannons there already, totally scouted by Rhett, and just Archon Zealot coming out. The Zealots do not even have speed yet. And wow, I think that Rhett is going to be able to come down to this base and knock it out very easily. We see that he was trying to do a little run by with the Zerglings there, but Grape is in the way. All Rhett needs to do right now is mass Hydras, because Grape just keeps making Archons, and these Archons are not going to do well against huge masses of Hydras. They just do too much damage to the Archon shields, and the Archons, they're kind of slow. Their range is not that good. And I don't think this third base is ever going to get up. Look at this. Huge masses of Hydras going up. A lot of Overlords floating around, so there's not going to be any Dark Templar shenanigans. And Rhett is just macro mode right now. Only 1 Evo, but he's got plenty of defense everywhere. He doesn't really need to tech anymore. He's just sitting on layer. And there we go. The +1 has just finished. And it looks like it's just going to be mass Zealots with +1 and a few Archons against mass Hydras. And Rhett, all he has to do right now, basically, is be careful. He has to watch how many units are here and just get the critical mass of Hydras to roll it over. Now, we see 2 High Templars joining into the army of Grape, and those are definitely going to help. If he gets a few really great storms off and Rhett does not dodge correctly, he could end up winning that first really important battle as his expansion gets up. But it looks like he wants to go aggressive, and that is not smart up this hill against these Sunkens. That would not be a smart move at all. But it does kind of get the Hydras clumped up. Maybe he can get some great storms. A beautiful storm right there. Rhett dodges somewhat, but loses a lot of units, and now these Zealots are going to be free to do a lot of damage. But here come a lot of Lurkers. We see no observers in here, so these Lurkers are going to be able to clean up quite well, and I believe he is out of storm. So, he killed that first batch pretty strongly. These Zealots are back there doing a lot of damage to this economy, but if he loses this army, he is pretty much screwed. Grape is going to be in trouble. There go down the Lurkers, and a smart diversion of his troops. He throws a couple Zealots to that back expansion, try to kill off some drones there as well. And Rhett just keeping them alive, throwing up some additional hatcheries, and look at that, already hatching up some more drones. Looks like Rhett is going to be in great condition here. Oh, Grape has saved his Archons, which is nice, but those are getting less and less useful as Rhett gets larger amounts of units. And these remaining few Zealots are not going to be able to do anything. They're going to be cleaned up very easily by Rhett. And now we look at what just happened there. Basically, Grape spent every Zealot he had. Rhett lost some Hydras, sure, but he has so many hatcheries right now. He has so many drones. Look at how many drones Rhett has here. It's a beautiful economy. Look at this. He's up to 3 evolution chambers. So, he is powering hard. He's already powered hard, really. He's got a ton of hatcheries. He's got a lot of upgrades going for him. And it looks like he is going to be just about unstoppable. Already taking that 5th base now for Rhett. And, ooh, a couple Lurkers get back here. I think it must have been an Overlord drop, but I did miss it. It looks like this base is now not going to be mining, not even gas. And it looks like Rhett is going to be able to just control the rest of this game. Sure, we see a lot of units coming out of Grape, but this is nothing compared to what Rhett's going to have in a moment here. Hydra Lurkerling. Just too much for a Protoss without any observers, based mostly off of Zealots. He's not got as many High Templars as he would want. These Archons are not that useful right now. And finally, some observers are popping out, but he's having to use Psy Storm to get rid of these just couple Lurkers that are in the back. And that is not a good thing at all. Look at this. Rhett getting ready, I think, to kill this observer, and there we go. He gets the observer before that other Lurker dies. So annoying. Grape has to be frustrated right now. And that's a really great move by Rhett. It uses up a lot of the gas, really. He's been sitting on 2 gas forever. Oh my god, another Lurker back here. And it looks to me like he is just keeping Grape so busy. Rhett is just going to gain complete map control here. And I don't think that there is anything that Grape can do about it. And we see, a little bit of lag stepping in here. Nice Psy Storm, but Rhett dodges quite well. And it looks like this mainly Zealot army is just going to have to retreat, and those Archons not standing up long against these +1 Hydras. It looks like Rhett's going to get just an unstoppable contain against Grape on this map. You know, once you get the contain outside the Protoss bridges here with lurkers, it's extremely hard to stop, but Rhett just throws away a large part of his army. But look at this mass. Look at that mini-map. Purple everywhere. Rhett has a gigantic army coming down. Just Dragoons left for Grape. He's got +2 attack, but Rhett is sitting at 2-1 on Hydras, 0-1 on Lings, and I'm sure that 1 melee attack will finish up pretty quickly here. But as of this moment, Grape is contained. I don't think we're going to see Rhett attack again into this area, but it looks like he is going to take out this expansion very, very easily. And these Lings will just slow down the units coming over the bridge. You know, they kind of get bottlenecked, and look at that. Everything is being slowed down. This gives Rhett time to attack into this expansion and just totally destroy it. You know, this is a very cheap amount of Zerg units. And with this base going away, Grape is basically going to mine out his main pretty quickly. His natural doesn't look like it's going to be mined out very quickly at all. You know, it's only half gone. But, you know, Rhett, he's got so many bases going. He can just take more and more of the map at this point. And there's really not too much that Grape's going to be able to do. You know, I don't think he's ever going to get to that critical mass, that death blob of units that we sometimes see in PvZ, where it's like, oh my god, how is Zerg supposed to kill this group of units? It looks like Grape just does not have the economy to support making that group of units. You know, the Mass Archon, Mass Zealot, Templars, Reavers, you know, a Dark Archon thrown in there, a few Dragoons. It looks like we're not going to see that. We're going to see mostly Dragoon, High Templar, and, you know, that can be a great army, but only when you do it like Noni used to do it, which is this kind of mid-game timing where you have a lot of Dragoons with the High Templars for a timing attack. This is late game. This is not going to work as well, as a ton of Zerglings flow in, and look at this. Nice Size Storm right there. But I think Rhett is just going to, you know, bleed right into him, just whittle him down with his massive production capabilities, basically. Just hydraling all over the place. Dragoons do not stand up well against that, especially alone. And Grape is going to lose his entire army here, it looks like, unless he just runs away at this point. And just a few Dragoons left. Rhett's macro getting just gigantic. He's scouting all over the map still, making sure that no new bases are being made. And Grape GG's it. Rhett takes down the first game against Grape.